The book was a very tight single player point of view from Jason Dessen. We're really only with him throughout the book. We don't have. There's one very brief scene of Daniela's perspective.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bloomberg, writing for movies in Sweden.
Hey,
Hello.
Jonathan. Good
Hi.
morning from LA.
Yeah. So I've watched the entire season and
Right.
loved the show. I don't know how I missed this book because I haven't read it. So it's on the top of my list now,
Great.
and I hope that a lot of people that watch this show will
Oh, thank you.
have the same feelings about it. So I know, Blake, that when you wrote this book, um, it's been almost 10 years now since you did that. How has it been kind of watching your vision come to life in this way, and you've been able to kind of steer the ship? So I'm guessing that you had to let some things go, but also really make sure that some things that you felt most important were done exactly like the way you wanted them to. So could you talk a bit about that?
Sure. I think when you read the book, you'll see that the exercise of making the show was an expansive process. The book was a very tight single player point of view from Jason Dessen. We're really only with him throughout the book. We don't have. There's one very brief scene of Daniela's perspective, starting to wonder about Jason too. So when it came time to make the show, one of the things that was a big priority for us was to build out the story of Daniela living with this imposter, this man who looks like her husband but isn't her husband. And we all felt like that is such a great opportunity to build this psychological, terrifying storyline to complement Jason and Amanda's journey through the corridor.
Yeah. Since me as a viewer and all the other viewers might have seen shows like Fringe or a movie like Primer and stuff like that, and I was wondering how far you wanted to go with having the character not knowing what's going on, while knowing that most of the viewers will know more, and then when you catch up, you do take it a lot further. So you drop us like scientifically pretty fast. But I was wondering if there were some discussions on how fast you wanted to bring the character like up to speed, so to say.
Well, I think it's really fun, dramatic irony whenever the audience knows something that a character doesn't. I was surprised how well it worked in the show that the audience knows this is not the Jason that we think it is, while Daniela doesn't know this is anything different from her husband, and Charlie doesn't know. So it was a lot of fun, and it like infused every scene with this tension that really helped us as we were making the show, because it's just fun to. There's certain times it's fun to be ahead of the other characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And Matt, I've been a fan for years of your Spider-Man movies that you've done for Sony. How kind of when you found this project, what was it that drew you to it? Since it's kind of different from what you've done previously. So what was the it factor here?
You know, I immediately fell in love with the characters and the question that the book asked, that I thought was so incredibly universal. You know, and you know, do you love your life? Are you happy in your life? And you know, it asks you to question choices that you made, and would you, if you could make different choices, if you and be someone else or go somewhere else, would you want that? And I think all of it's the most sort of primal existential question that we all deal with. And so I love that it was set in a very real world, that it was grounded, that it was our world. It wasn't fantastical. It was which really, I think, hammers home that question for all of us. That's me, Jason Desson. That's, seemingly good life, and not much to complain about, and yet sort of haunted by these questions, these philosophical questions. And I fell in love with that family, and I fell in love with his journey, and emotionally what, without giving it away, what he tries to do in our show. It was just, for me, it was one of those immediate things that, and I'm whatever movies or television shows I'm making, I'm just drawn to great characters and great story. And the guy sitting next to me writes those, so it was easy.
Yeah, this is one of the great ones for sure.
Yeah.
And we've all asked that question to ourselves. They're like, what if I've done that? And this is taking us on that ride. So thanks a lot for taking your time to speak with me today, and best of luck with the premiere.
Thanks so
Enjoyed it.
much.
Thanks so much.
Lovely to speak with you.